Imagine a creature that can climb walls, change colors, regrow its tail, and survive in some of the harshest environments on Earth. This is the world of lizards. From tiny geckos hiding in your home to massive Komodo dragons ruling their islands, lizards are among the most fascinating and adaptable animals on the planet. They've been around for millions of years, quietly evolving, surviving, and thriving in ways that often go unnoticed. In this video, we are going to explore the incredible life of lizards, how they live, hunt, survive, and reproduce. By the end, you might just see these small reptiles in a completely new light. Lizards are not just one kind of animal, they are a huge and diverse group. In fact, there are over 7,000 species of lizards found all around the world, except in extremely cold regions like Antarctica. Some lizards are tiny, no bigger than your finger. Others, like the Komodo dragon, can grow over 10 feet long. Some live in deserts, others in rainforests, mountains, or even inside human homes. You've probably seen a house gecko clinging to walls at night, hunting insects under a light. But there are also chameleons that can change color, iguanas that bask in the sun, and even lizards that can glide through the air. This diversity is what makes lizards so successful. They've adapted to almost every environment on Earth. Lizards can live almost anywhere: hot deserts, dense jungles, rocky mountains, and even urban areas. In deserts, lizards survive extreme heat by staying in burrows during the day and coming out when temperatures drop. Their bodies are designed to conserve water, making them masters of survival in dry conditions. In rainforests, lizards enjoy a completely different life. Surrounded by trees and humidity, many species have evolved to climb, leap, and even glide between branches. Some lizards prefer rocky terrain where they can hide in cracks and crevices, while others have adapted to living alongside humans, like the small geckos that quietly hunt insects in our homes. No matter the habitat, one thing is constant: lizards are experts at adapting to their surroundings. Lizards may look simple at first glance, but their bodies are full of incredible features. Most lizards have scaly skin, which helps protect them and reduce water loss. Their colors can vary widely, from dull browns that help them blend in to bright greens, blues, and even patterns that act as warning signals. One of the most fascinating features is their eyes. Many lizards have excellent vision, allowing them to spot even the tiniest movements. Some, like geckos, can see well in the dark, making them effective night hunters. Their feet are just as impressive. Certain lizards can climb smooth surfaces, even glass, thanks to tiny hair like structures on their toes that create strong adhesion. And then there's the tail. For many lizards, the tail is not just for balance, it's a life saving tool. Lizards are mostly cold blooded, which means their body temperature depends on their environment. This is why you often see them basking in the sun, soaking up heat to become active. A typical day in a lizard's life involves warming up, searching for food, avoiding predators, and finding shelter. Some lizards are solitary, preferring to live alone. Others may tolerate living close to each other, especially in areas with plenty of food. They communicate in subtle ways, through body movements, head bobbing, or even color changes. These signals can mean anything from stay away to this is my territory. Despite their quiet nature, lizards are constantly alert. Every movement around them could mean danger or opportunity. Most lizards are carnivores, feeding on insects like ants, flies, and beetles. Some larger species may eat small animals like birds, rodents, or even other lizards. Their hunting style varies. Some are active hunters, chasing down prey with speed and precision. Others rely on patience, staying completely still until the perfect moment to strike. Their tongues and jaws are specially adapted for capturing prey. For example, chameleons have long, sticky tongues that shoot out rapidly to catch insects from a distance. There are also herbivorous lizards, like iguanas, that mainly eat plants, fruits, and leaves. No matter their diet, lizards play an important role in the ecosystem by controlling insect populations and maintaining balance in nature. Lizards reproduce in different ways, but most lay eggs. These eggs are often hidden in safe places like under rocks, in soil, or inside tree cavities. After laying eggs, many lizards leave them to develop on their own. When the baby lizards hatch, they are usually fully independent from the start. Some species, however, give birth to live young, especially those living in colder climates where eggs might not survive. Young lizards grow quickly, learning to hunt and avoid predators almost immediately. Their survival depends on instinct and quick adaptation. Life for a baby lizard is not easy, but those that survive grow into resilient adults. Lizards have developed some incredible survival techniques over millions of years. One of the most famous is tail dropping, also known as autotomy. When threatened, a lizard can detach its tail to distract a predator, giving it time to escape. Later, the tail slowly regrows. Camouflage is another powerful tool. Many lizards can blend perfectly into their surroundings, becoming almost invisible to predators. Some species use speed, others rely on hiding, and a few even use venom or strong bites for defense. Chameleons take things a step further by changing color, not just for camouflage, but also to communicate mood and temperature. These survival strategies are the reason lizards have existed for so long. They are masters of adaptation. From deserts to forests, from tiny geckos to giant dragons, lizards are truly remarkable creatures. They may seem small and simple, but their lives are full of complexity, intelligence, and resilience. Every movement, every behavior, and every adaptation tells a story of survival and evolution. Next time you see a lizard, whether it's on a wall, in a garden, or out in nature, take a moment to observe it. Behind that quiet presence is a creature perfectly designed for its world. And who knows, you might just discover something extraordinary in the ordinary. One of the most fascinating things about lizards is how they move. Some are incredibly fast, darting across the ground in a blur to escape danger or catch prey. Others move slowly and carefully, relying on stealth rather than speed. Geckos, for example, have the amazing ability to walk on walls and even hang upside down. Their feet are covered in microscopic structures that create a strong grip, so strong, in fact, that they can stick to almost any surface. Then there are lizards like the basilisk, often called the Jesus lizard, which can run across water for short distances. By moving their legs incredibly fast, they create tiny air pockets that keep them from sinking. And in desert regions, some lizards have developed a side to side motion called sidewinding to move across hot sand without burning their bodies. Every movement is carefully adapted to their environment, making lizards true masters of motion. Lizards may not seem like intelligent creatures, but they are far more aware than most people realize. They rely heavily on their senses to survive. Their eyesight is often sharp, helping them detect movement from a distance. Many species can even see colors, allowing them to recognize food, mates, and rivals. Their sense of smell is also powerful. Like snakes, some lizards use their tongues to taste the air, collecting scent particles and analyzing them to understand their surroundings. In terms of behavior, lizards can learn from experience. Some remember safe hiding spots, recognize threats, and even adapt their hunting strategies over time. While they may not think like humans, their instincts and awareness are finely tuned for survival. Lizards have a long and complex relationship with humans. In many cultures, they are seen as symbols of luck, survival, or even mystery. In others, people fear or misunderstand them. But in reality, most lizards are completely harmless to humans, and many are actually helpful. By feeding on insects, they naturally control pests like mosquitoes and flies. House geckos, for example, quietly protect our homes at night by reducing insect populations. Some larger lizards, like iguanas, are even kept as pets. However, they require proper care and understanding, as they are still wild animals with specific needs. As humans continue to expand into natural habitats, it becomes more important to understand and respect these creatures rather than fear them. Despite their adaptability, lizards face many challenges in today's world. Habitat destruction is one of the biggest threats. Forests are being cleared, deserts are changing, and urban areas are expanding, leaving less space for lizards to live. Climate change is another serious issue. Since lizards depend on external temperatures, even small changes in climate can affect their ability to survive, reproduce, and find food. Pollution and pesticides also reduce the number of insects available, which directly impacts lizards that rely on them for food. And in some cases, lizards are hunted or captured for trade. These challenges remind us that even the most adaptable creatures need a stable environment to survive. While we've already talked about survival strategies, some lizards take defense to another level. Certain species puff up their bodies to appear larger and more threatening. Others display bright colors suddenly to startle predators. The frilled lizard, for example, spreads a large frill around its neck and opens its mouth wide, creating a dramatic and intimidating display. Some lizards can even produce sounds, hissing or chirping, to warn off danger. These behaviors may seem dramatic, but in the wild, even a small moment of hesitation from a predator can mean the difference between life and death. Lizards also adjust their behavior based on seasons. In colder regions, many lizards enter a state similar to hibernation called brumation. During this time, their activity slows down significantly as they conserve energy. In hotter climates, they may become less active during peak heat and instead come out during cooler times of the day. These seasonal adjustments allow them to survive in environments that might otherwise be too extreme. It's another example of how flexible and adaptable these creatures truly are.